Locker, episode 65. I am your man, A White. My man, V Styles, back with you.
What's up, man?
Going on? Right,
same
man,
old, man. It's my dad's birthday, so it's a good day, man.
Happy birthday, big Style.
Yeah,
Big Style. Happy birthday, man. What you get the young fellow, man?
Man, we can't get the young fella anything else. I gave him a couple steaks. I gave him a couple ribs and a gift card.
Gift card? Oh man,
That dude.
I don't do gift cards, man.
Oh, you don't,
Too personal, man.
See, I look. The man got everything.
I give you that much. I do give you that much. That's likely a good reason.
The last gift I gave him, was it last year? I bought him a table saw. That was either last year or the year before. And that's dude, that was the last thing on my list that I could think about getting him. So I'm done.
He stayed. Is he a handyman?
Oh yeah, man. He can fix damn anything. Yeah, he flips homes as it's about to be his real business because he retires after this year. So he got about 8 more days of work.
Okay, so I know where. So I know if I want to move, I know where I got an opportunity. Dude. I can, try to get my feet together, man. I know you're gonna have a little property on hold for your boy.
Bruh. Look. I already talked about this since my son is looking like he's gonna go to college with a track deal, right?
Right.
I already told him, like, dude, we're gonna buy us a duplex. And we're gonna have him live in it.
Yeah.
And the other one's gonna be ours, and we're gonna Airbnb it or whatever. And when we want to go there for whatever, we got somewhere to stay. Yeah. And then when he's done, we can freaking sell it. So he's like, yeah, let's do that. That gives me a project. so that's the plan.
Or you could pay me to live in the other one, and I'll keep an eye on the youngster.
If he goes to Kentucky, correct. You are right.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter, man. Man. I do all the maintenance. Make sure your son's taken care of. Keep the girls off of them.
Are you gonna move?
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. Right. I thought you was tied to a Lex Vegas. It's close to home.
And how would you suggest, or where would you get that assumption from? There's one thing about Kentucky that ties me here.
It's close to home.
So is Columbus.
Okay, true that.
So is Michigan. Closer.
Is it really?
Yeah. Michigan itself is 2.5.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm up on the lake. Cleveland's up on the lake.
Right.
Yeah, right across the lake.
Right. Yeah, but you gotta go around the lake though, don't you?
Yeah, it's only 2.5 hours though. 2.5 to Michigan. Shit, Pittsburgh is an hour and a half.
Yeah, now I do know that. I do know Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but now you got. See, I want to apologize to our viewers, not the listeners, our viewers, because we typically start the show off. And I already have my eyes be focused. I know I've been watching the last couple of shows, and when I'm answering my question, don't sound like I'm listening. I'm listening, but I'm trying to start a watch party on Facebook. Dude, they didn't remove watch party. Now it might be on there somewhere, but it used to pop up immediately when it come on. I can just go watch party and post it. I don't think since we've been doing this show, I can't tell you how many little facets they when we first started, they removed co-hosting.
Yes.
And that was just simple. That was just a simple bing bing. They removed co-hosting first. Right. And now I guess they removed, I don't know if watch parties ain't the thing anymore, but I don't even see a watch party option.
Huh.
But that ain't what the people came here for, man.
Right.
I ain't gonna I'm not gonna Jalen Rose you. What do we come for? Give the people. We ain't gonna stay. But okay, Liam Cohen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you like what's his name? You remember what reporter used to do that covered us at Kentucky?
Who?
I'm gonna let you explain. If anybody watching, if you know what reporter reports like that,
And he does what?
I got a gift for you that says,
Whoa,
like,
whoa.
you sitting in the interview, you put the mic in your face and says, Liam Cohen.
Larry Vault?
Nope.
Okay.
You're gonna tell your story if it comes up because I got a gift for somebody.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna mail them a gift to the person who, if they guess it. But
this is it's hard, man, for me. I like the hire. I'm gonna say that I do like the hire. The difficult for me is like people want to always say what they did somewhere else is what they're gonna do here. It's kind of hard to say that because good coaches will adapt their scheme to the talent level of their team. So I know I watched a little bit of when he coached at Maine, not much. I saw a game against Delaware. So what can you take away from it? Because you don't know how good Delaware was. You don't know their scheme. Like it's difficult. I would say it's going to be a departure from the zone read scheme, the shotgun zone read scheme, possibly. And that's the other thing is these quarterbacks in these centers. When the last time they have done a true traditional snap? When have either one have done a true traditional snap? So are you going to
how she got it? She got it.
Ralph back.
Yeah.
How are you going to change it and force these kids to learn how to take a snap during spring? I don't know. It's interesting. I would say this. It looks like we're going to go to probably more 12 package than what we do now, which we do a lot of it here sometimes. And there's going to be a lot more play action, a lot more, just a traditional NFL type of West Coast-ish, Mike Shanahan-ish, John Gruden-ish plays.
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
What do you think? I think some of the pros to that, and I agree with you. I think some of the pros to that is that we got a stable running game. Why not make our running game work for us? Like downhill, we coming at you. You know from playing defense, if we coming downhill at you, got to make a decision.
Yes,
you got to make a business decision. I'm gonna stick my head in here and live with it, or I'm gonna sit back and read while my offensive lineman get to the next level. Then you pull it back out. You gotta ease your vision. Like that read and bad. You know the terrible thing about running the read that we've been running the past couple of years. Well, I don't know about last year, as in 19.
Yeah.
But in 20, apparently we made a hell of a lot of bad reads.
Oh, dude.
You only got one key.
Now being a guy who ran it, you know, if the defensive end slow plays it, it is a 50-50 call, right? Because if he doesn't crash and his shoulders don't turn perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, it's up to the discretion of the quarterback.
That's
now,
a win.
Right. So
being aggressive, that's a win. So that's not a 50-50 if he's not being aggressive.
Hold on, Anthony. But here's the difference. This is what I'm gonna say with certain quarterbacks, right? In college, those defensive ends are on a totally different level than they are in high school. So for me in high school, if he didn't crash, I was taking it. Like if he didn't try like really slow play, if he took one step in, I'm pulling it. Because I know for me, he ain't got no chance with me. Yeah. Now in college, these jokers are so fast and so long, he might be able to grab you before you go outside. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of it, but for me, we should have pulled. If we would have pulled it as much as we should have, it would have made that zone play so much better because it would have made it open. Because then that defense end would truly has to start respecting me pulling it. But I've been preaching that forever. So yes, we missed a lot of reads without the quarterback being aggressive when it wasn't Lynn Bowden.
It's kind of like, since a lot of UK people are basketball people, it's kind of like the point guard. I hate, and that's the problem we have now. The point guard bring the ball to the court. Why, as a point guard, you bring the ball to the court and just hope and just stop and now look for a pass? Now everybody's sitting back waiting. Same thing. Like I said, when I'm pulling, I'm trying to get to his toes as quick as I well, we ran a regular option. But if you read him and he ain't coming to you, man, I'm taking and hitting that crease. Like I said, get you 3 yards. But like you said, about the same, if you sitting back, anything other than taking, like you said, anything other than taking a step forward is a go for me.
Yeah.
It's a go. And then the more aggressive you're going to be, it's going to start determining itself.
Right. But like I said, I wanted to play quarterback when I came to Kentucky. I'm like, I wanted to play. I want to get a shot at it, just see if I could really play. And then when I saw, what was the guy's name? It wasn't Zane Bean, it was Carter. I can't remember. Howard Carter. When Howard,
the running back?
No, defensive end. You wasn't there. He was gone.
I met him tailgating.
Yeah.
His grandson.
When he hit, it had to be Speedy, or was it O'Farrell? When he hit O'Farrell, I'm like, God, no, I'm done. I'm cool over here. Y'all good? Dude, I'm like,
spring or just practice?
Spring.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, God damn, that ain't fair. I'm like, that ain't right. And he did back then you could hit the quarterback back then.
Yeah.
But you couldn't hit him. Yeah. So
good thud.
Yeah. Jeez. Christmas. I'm like, that ain't fair. No, it was during the Peach Bowl practice. It wasn't spring.
Oh,
it was during Peach Bowl practice.
Wow. That ain't. Nah.
And it was in the field house, so that echo went. It was crazy, man.
Speaking of quarterback, man, it was a funny thing. My senior year, well, before Tim left, I told Mommy to let me line up. I just wanted to take one snap.
Right.
I just want to take one snap. And it's funny, as much as we were innovative and threw little wrinkles in. Chris Hatcher said he was going to let me do it for the end of the season. I mean, it could have been Wildcat before that Wildcat became popular. Just get Tim out there. I'll throw it to him, or I was really probably going to run it anyways. But
of course,
and whether we was getting blown out or whatever, I said, just let me take a snap, put a play in. Yeah, no, we don't want that. But it's funny, they'll run a halfback pass with me, but they won't let me take a snap. I just wanted to take one to see what it felt like, man. And that's one thing I really disliked about Mommy. I think he maybe thought I was playing, but I asked him so many times. I don't know why he wouldn't do it.
And it's a shotgun snap. Now I can understand he was taken from under center. That you have to, because look, dude. Now that you say that, now that under center stuff ain't no joke. Because you have to, the center has to trust you that you ain't gonna pull out and he don't snap that ball and what goes in the stomach, because that can happen. Or for me as a quarterback, he ain't gonna get nervous and snap it and before my freaking hands are ready, and I jam a finger because my hands are not spread out because I'm just coming in. Like, nah, man, it's a trust. It is a trust level between the quarterback and the center. I personally had my center in high school for all 4 years. We were freshmen, played freshmen together. And when I got to be a starter, he was my center. So we had middle school. I should take that back. In middle school, I had him all the way up, and then 3 years in high school.
But people don't really understand how big of a deal that is when you have to switch a center in the middle of a game, man. The snap, the cadence, and their recognition of the cadence and everything is a little off at that point.
Yeah, that taking on the center is definitely the shotgun. To me, it's easy for a center because all you gotta do is throw it back. But
the velocity it comes with, and some people float it, some people snap. Right.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm talking about compared to throwing under center. That's the people don't get that's a beast, man.
But I like the points you made. So we gotta go pro set, and I don't know if Grand maybe we didn't have the personnel to go pro set. So which tells you right now, and I think it's easy to read as well, wouldn't you say? Because I've been hearing some rumbling that Gatewood might not be the guy just because
He has never taken a snap.
Processing the plays one. But I think it's easier to process plays in a pro set. A little bit more. I mean, you can simplify your playbook and everything's. I think it's a little bit more black and white. Like I don't think there's not too many blurred lines on decision making.
I think it's different because they're not going to go fullback pro set. They're going to go two tight ends, that kind of with one back. It's going to be 12. There's not going to be a fullback. But my problem is this, right?
What's up, L?
LT. Wow. Hey, but the difference is, right? If he goes truly behind center, or let's say he goes pistol, right? And they do a outside zone fake, right? Mm-hmm. The quarterback back is to the defense. When he's full fake, he turns his back, hands the ball off, right? So now when he turns his back, when you turn around, the process is even quicker. You gotta be ready now. Now on the waggles and the boots, totally different. But they ain't gonna waggle and boot all day, right? They're gonna play action fake, 7-9 yard step drop, and they're gonna let it go. You gotta pre-snap read, be accurate with it, and when you turn your back, if they change the coverage after you turn your back, you gotta process it again. So it's not as easy. The RPO is easier.
I ain't going to 1,000% disagree with you, but I ain't going to 100% agree with you. One thing is, I think the one thing is pre-snap read. So I think it takes a lot more studying to know. Like if the read, there's so many things happening as you process, and I think your process should be distinct. One thing that was killing me out of that, and I think it's going to be different. And this, when you get a blitz off the edge, why are we still doing this? Am I wrong? If you get a blitz, you abort the fake. The running back can actually pick up the fake. Well, I never ran an RPO offense, but if we got a fake, even out of the shotgun, you abort the fake and go get him. The quarterback may still give a token, but we did it all the time. We ride. People are coming off the edge, and we still riding. And I'm pulling out late. I was always taught that the action itself is going to look the same to the people back there. The person blitzing don't care. The action is going to look the same to the people back there.
It depends on where the blitz is coming from.
I mean, off the edge.
But which edge? If the zone read is to the left and the blitz is coming from the left, you still read it, right? If the blitz is coming from the right, opposite of where the zone is going, depending on the blocking scheme of the offensive line, yes, that running back will have to avert and go pick up if he has that blitzing linebacker. So I'm
talking about pass, not RPO for run. I'm talking about pass.
Oh, like it's not like even a read. It's just an automatic pass.
Yeah, that's to me.
Okay, yeah. If it's an automatic pass and it's coming from, it depends on if the offensive line slides left and he's coming from the right and the running back has the off the edge guy. It depends. But yes, if he has that guy, he should not be freaking carrying on no fake. That don't make no sense.
We do it a lot of times. I'll be thinking like in the middle of the fake, and the guy still, like I said, and that's one thing. You know what? We giving out free information right here, because the fact that we going back and forth trying to figure it out, and both of us kind of blurred and can't understand it. What makes you think 19, 20 some year old can understand it? And we've been watching the game from a distance for a long time and playing it and cannot distinctly say this, and this should happen. So how can you coach something? You look here, and I don't care even if it is RPO. You look here, if this ain't there, this your next option. If that's not there, this your next option.
See, to me, knowing the RPO, it is simple. Now with the guys, the RPO is very freaking simple, dude. It's really wing T-ish with I don't want to say wishbone, but just say speed option, sprint option concept. It's very, very simple. It's the fact of are you believing what your eyes see? Because the RPO is really simple, man. You're reading one freaking guy. It's not. See, to me, this new scheme is a little more difficult because you're gonna have reads. In an RPO, it's one read. If that linebacker comes up, you pull it.
Right.
If he stays back, you give it. You're reading one freaking guy. You ain't reading the damn secondary, or they running three, they rolling the coverage, they run a quarter. No, it's simple. Read the linebacker. If he comes up, you pull it. If he stays back, you give it. The same thing with the zone read. If the defensive end crashes, you pull it. If he doesn't, is that me again?
You back green again.
Dude, that's crazy. If he doesn't come, you give it. It's really simple. Now you can make it as difficult as you want, but in all essence, it's real simple. Hey, I'm a refresh. Talk. I'm gonna refresh and come back in.
All right. So, what our difference of opinion is not really so much difference of opinion, but we're gonna. You still green? So my point is, you still green?
Yeah, whatever.
If you take the so you saying RPO, when you're saying it all depends. This is my whole thing, my understanding of just RPO, option, blitz, hot read. If you taking a fake and you getting pressure from any point, so if you get enough pressure where you can't hand it off and you pull it out. The one thing that I think is simple, as well, your first thing is handoff or not. Your second read is deliver the ball to that vacant space. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that tough.
No, the RPO is simple. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I thought you.
No, I'm saying the RPO is way easier than what they're gonna run now.
Are you saying that?
Yeah, the RPO is, dude. That zone read here. This is how you know it's simple, right? I would say 70% of high school, 80% of the very good high school teams are running the freaking RPO. It's a very easy, teachable thing. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. As far as install, now you can make it as difficult as you want. You can definitely add wrinkles to it and add extra whatever you want. But for the quarterback, it's not that difficult. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to think about offense. It's not just easy. You definitely have to rep it out, but it's not that difficult.
Yeah, so I like I said, I think my whole thing is I think it'll be more distinct designs. And like I said, it may take more reading. It won't be just more reaction. And the problem was it was supposed to be more reading and reaction. I'm not sure we was reading them right, so the reaction wasn't there. But I think we're gonna have distinct, and especially the way our running game has been going and it's been working. Yeah. I think it will build into where if we pound, we can keep pounding, and then we may still be able to spread them out and go to Wildcat from time to time if we need. But I just like the fact we pound them. Now you got to make a decision on whether you coming up and trying to fill this hole. Right. And there's a slant coming in behind you, or a tight end seam or something. Like, I think it'll just be very easy for us to determine, and the quarterbacks to determine what's going to go on.
Is true. That's true.
But do you, LT said in the comment section, he says that Gatewood's going to be the starting quarterback next year.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say something to add on to you. It's very similar to basketball, to running a motion offense, to running just set plays. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the total different. So, like you said, the coach now, they're going to be defined. You're going to know dig, post, crossing route. Like it's going to be a shallow, deep cross in the post. Just for example, it's going to be
bam.
Yeah, it's gonna be a waggle. It's gonna be waggle. Someone's gonna drag in the flat. Someone's gonna drag a second level. You might have someone to push everybody away. Yeah, that's true. For me, I'm gonna tell you honestly, I don't think I said this even before. I said this before we had to change the quarterback. Became the coach. I don't think Gatewood's gonna be the quarterback next year. And now with this new system, Gatewood is a product of this new age of offense, spread, zone read, where the advantage is he's a big body and he can run that zone read and get you 4 yards because you're a big body. They're not going to do that now. They're not going to expect a quarterback to be a rushing option. Excuse me. So I don't see him. I don't see him being a starter. I see Bo being a starter. Bo is more of a prototypical this type of offense quarterback. He processes from what I've seen on a couple series he has. He processes quickly. It's in and out his hand. I think he'll be very good with. He can get with someone, with the coach, to learn how to be a magician with the ball, because you're gonna have to do some ball magic with the fake zone play and pull for play action. So I don't see Gatewood being a starter. I just don't. That's just me.
So I guess it's kind of Tim Couchish that the offensive coordinator was kind of chosen over somebody who can, because it reminds you kind of golf. And I'm not saying that, he's worked with golf a little bit. I'm not saying that Bo is like is golf, but
I'll say thank you and say a blessing.
Oh, so yeah, so I'm with you, man. I think it's going to be a pretty good. I thought it was going to be somebody fairly young, and I don't know what his connection is with the guy, like you said. I don't at what level. I mean, you've been on the NFL level, so and you got Aaron Donald coming at you, coming at your quarterback all day in practice. So you kind of used to coaching under pressure, coaching quarterbacks under pressure. But I don't know. I guess it can only be good things. But the one difference I think it will be now, I can't really remember back to Neil Brown too much. But the only thing I do know that we both kind of said the same thing was it's going to be a distinct offense. Like you said, it's kind of coming to work, and you got a manager where he don't have a list of what to do. He going by a priority. We need this. Well, I got an email from this. I got to go do this, as opposed to your boss leaves at 10 o'clock. I want you to do this. At 10:30, I want you to do this. 11 o'clock, I want you to do this. And that's what, like you said, that's what it is. You come back, play action, bam, look to the drag. If you see him run, that means his man. If that guy's beating him on man, you got man. But there ain't gonna be any. The only indecisions you are gonna have, you not studying the play, because if this is not there, this is your next option.
Right now,
this is it's going to be bam, bam. It's going to be very clear cut. So even the fans will be able to say, no, this guy did that, so he should have did this. So, and that's been my big thing on my Sunday morning show. And we talked about it on here some. I don't speak about it as much on here. Is that I don't know what goes on in those meetings. But there's no way you can go to meetings every day or every game every week after the game and study film and make the same mistake. That's just not what people get paid to do. And that's not what you're expected to do as a teammate. Make the same mistake over and over and over throughout the season.
See, and I'm on the guy is, yes, these young players can, because they can do it in practice, but then when it gets to game time against real live bullets, they seem to revert to their whole damn habits. I mean, it's totally, people don't understand. This is the worst thing, because my son's going through this with basketball right now, is he's too good of a kid, right? So he listens to the coach, and the coach says, well, when you get it here, you're supposed to pass it down to the post player. First of all, my son's not a great passer. That's the first thing. So he doesn't need to be passing, all right? I'm like, dude, you got the quickest first step. Freaking go. But coach says to do this. Dude, can you pass? Not really. Well, why are you doing something that's not your strength? It is your first step. Go by him. So it's like that. And then when you get in the game, he coach says do that. Let me do it. That's why I see any playmakers. And some of these guys, they just, dude, when the light goes on, some of them, it shines too bright. And because, dude, look, this is what I'm sorry, I'm going long. In the freaking last damn game, this is what bothers me. Terry pulled the ball 3 times, 2 in the same series. Why did he do that 6 games ago?
That's true.
You know why? And I'm gonna just sprinkle something on this. You know why? Because now there's no game. If he gets hurt, he just gets hurt.
Yeah.
Because the other games, he was running straight out of bounds. This game, he turned it up.
Yeah. He and the running back seemed to do that a little bit more. AJ Rose would run out of bounds, and that's one thing that tripped me out. Like he'd get a 30 or 40-yard run and he'd get in here bouncing to the sideline. Like, man, throw him a flipper or something. You'll run out of bounds. Like, yeah. I couldn't really understand that. Like, I don't even care. Like, I think like the rest of the backs in the SEC, and Reggie Bush and them dudes, man, cut it back. I'm trying to get across the game, man. Like, you don't give them the day off, man.
Tell the fans what a flipper is so they can understand.
Hold on, let me remove my banner. Flippers, when you come through there, you flip that arm up and that's a flipper. You can call it chicken wing. I start calling it chicken wing.
No, flipper is what I call it.
Yeah, it is a flipper, but it just looked more like a chicken wing.
Yeah. Give a DB something for coming over there. Yeah, something.
That way, you ain't giving them the day off. But so tomorrow's early signing day.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get this up without causing any issues.
All right.
See if just in case, so the people will be able to keep up with us, get the people what they want.
Okay, man. Every can't be that's copyright infringement. We're gonna get in trouble.
All right, so we'll be at bam. Share screen. Bam. Bam. All right, here we go. So I'm good.
Yeah, man. I see.
All right. So anybody on here, what do you think about the class? As far as an all?
It's hard, man. It's the hardest thing is these high school kids. I like some of the guys. We have some good receivers that are not as highly rated as I thought they should be. And I said this today on Twitter. I'm trying to figure out who the freak rate these guys. And our boy Reggie's in this realm. He said it's all about going to camps. I'm like, because I'm watching. I watched the game film on Christian Lewis at the Bama Mississippi All-Star game.
Okay.
So one of them DBs he went up against going to Bama is no joke. Dude, nobody could get off the line with nobody. He hemmed up 100% of the guys almost. But I'm like, okay, I see something. And then I looked at some of his highlights. Okay, why is he a 3-star? Because I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between a 3-star and a 4. He's not a 5. He's definitely not a 5. But right. He's a 4-star to me, right? So I'm like, why? What happened for him not to be a 4-star? Then I look at the Chauncey, I don't say Maygood, that kid. He's a 3-star. And he is, to me, better than Christian Lewis. And Christian Lewis is rated ahead of him. But then I saw he played some quarterback. But like Reggie said, if you don't go to the camps, you can't get the grade, because how are they going to grade you? Because watching film takes a lot of time. So I'm like, well, that makes sense then. Because the 5-star guys, you see a 5-star guy in Walmart parking lot, you're like, okay, that's a 5-star. Those guys are obvious to pick out. But the 4 and 3, I'm like, where he's coming from? And he schooled me a little bit. I'm like, you gotta. He said there are kids who go to multiple camps in different states just to raise their rating up.
Okay. Yeah. And was that on here? We were having a conversation talking about people not being able to afford to go to camps at that age. No, I think I was talking with Jeremy Jarman and what's the guy that played for the Raiders? Lumpkin. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to them guys, man, and we were saying, some of these guys, and that was the same thing, like stars, how these guys get these stars, and a lot of them get them from going to camps. We was like, that's terrible, because I don't. And it's funny because of the stuff they were talking about. I didn't have those opportunities.
What?
I didn't have those opportunities when I was a kid. Like we had a Nike camp, and there was another one. I want to say Adidas, but I don't think there was like a Nike camp. And then unless you went to a college's camp, and only people who really had camps back then were there was a John Carroll camp in Cleveland.
Okay.
You know, Cleveland State didn't have a football camp. Then you had to go to Ohio State, Michigan, and whatever. And I don't know if you recall, you know, my Michigan story that held off letters. So only chance I really had to go was either Ohio State or Michigan, and I didn't want to go to Ohio State's camp, but probably couldn't afford to go anyways.
Yeah, dude, that's all I went to Southern Mississippi camp. That's all I got there. That's how I got my first scholarship offer there. I went to obviously LSU camp, and we had local high school camps, and college coaches would come in. That's how I got seen. But now it's like it seems like it's solely based on these damn stars. And I just and people wonder why you get a 3-star athlete who turns into the best player on the team is because maybe he wasn't able to go to the combines. Maybe he only went to one. Maybe his parents like, well, son, we can send you to the one close to home, but you can't do it. And if he goes against, and let's say he's at a good state, right? And they have really good talent, and he has a bad day, he might be in trouble. So I don't know.
Yep. Mike Waskowitz back again. Who helped me make my decision was my mother. The coaches holding my letters from Michigan. And telling Ohio State I wanted to go to Michigan. And Ohio State was my second choice. And after that, man, I could have went to, I guess, Indiana or somewhere like that. But what other teams know? Nebraska wasn't even in the Big Ten back then.
No.
I don't even know what other teams were in the Big Ten that were looking. No, Northwestern wasn't. I wasn't smart enough to get in there. But
Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
I got a few from Illinois. I got a lot of those. I just didn't have any interest anyway.
State.
I didn't get. Yeah, I got a little bit. Penn State. I would have went to Penn State.
No, Penn State wasn't in the Big Ten at that time.
Yeah, they were.
No,
yeah,
they were not.
In '95 they were.
In '95, you sure it wasn't after that?
Because they was in the Big Ten with Keyshawn Carter, and that was in '92, wasn't it? You mean Pitt? But Pitt ain't in the Big Ten.
No. I thought Penn State got in there late.
Mm-mm.
State, yeah, you're right. In 1990.
Oh, 19. Okay, yeah, I know. My whole time following, being recruited, they were in the Big Ten. See, LT said he couldn't get in there.
Dude, I'm telling you, like now.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just clarify this to LT from what he wrote on there. Is that you couldn't afford to go to camp, but they ball you a fine. The conversation, the argument is prefaced around they have low stars.
Yes.
So that they can bring you in. That's why schools like this is a 3-star. This
right.
Now Alabama, if you ain't got 5 of them stars or 4, you going to have to do a hell of a job of getting looked at just because there's only so many scholarships to give. But the point was not that the stars make you this or that.
Right.
We see how you get the stars by going to the camp, and that's why we got a surprise tomorrow that we're gonna get a 2-star receiver.
Right. Dude, as you said that, right? When Bama recruits a 3-star athlete, which I've seen them do, he's legit.
Oh yeah.
You know he's really not a 3-star. He slipped through the cracks, and people are overlooking him. Because I saw them recruit a 3-star defensive lineman. I'm like, why y'all recruit a 3-star defensive lineman? Then I thought about probably because he's not really a 3-star defensive lineman. So that tells you if Nick Saban can get anybody in the damn country almost, if he really want him, he has a chance to get him. He might not get him, he has a chance. Why would he recruit a 2-3-star guy? Because what we're saying right now, he might not have been able to go to all these camps and get his ratings high by just attending multiple camps.
Just going along kind of with this whole star thing, do you feel any type of way when they say and do you think it should be adjusted? I don't know why I always bring this type of stuff up, but when they talking about UK's biggest recruit ever or biggest signee ever, when it's obvious it was Tim Couch.
Wow.
Should that even be allowed to be a thing said?
Wow.
He was a high school player of the year.
Wow.
He was first pick in the draft. So how can there be anybody even higher? We didn't have stars back then. Hey, Corey, if you knew the star system started, we would like to know.
Wow. That is a good question. You're right. Because who's the kid who came, who's a defensive lineman that came with Taco? That was a first round draft pick.
Dwayne Roberts.
Yeah. Like, to me, Couch is 1, he's 2.
I think coming in, Antonio Hall might have been higher. Well, you know what? I think Dennis Johnson was Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a good one. Okay.
And he got drafted.
Okay. I'll put him 3. Because Robinson, here's the reason why I'm saying this. Because Tim Couch was the changing of the culture. He was the guy who he was basically anointed that he's going to make us better, right? And I think Robinson was the same way, that he was going to make us better. So Dennis was a big pickup because he was a local kid and could have went anywhere he wanted to, and he came to Kentucky. That was a big pickup just for that sake, because he could have went anywhere, and he stayed home. So, but Couch is 1, dude. I don't, especially with the way the program is progressing, I don't think there'll ever be anyone better than Couch.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have people, and I guess they just go by the star ratings, and it's something to talk about. But when they say that, I'm like, well, the biggest recruit, and I'm thinking Dennis Johnson. I'm thinking Tim first, and I'm like, Dennis.
Yeah.
Then they go to and I know Antonio Hall was a huge recruit. And let me see what this thing says as right now. Let me go back to that page. Right now it is Antonio Hall, Michael Johnson, Justin Rogers, Landon Young, Drew Barker. Yep. Morgan Newton is number 9.
Well, those are based on stars, though, right?
I know, but okay.
No, but are they based on stars? I should ask.
Yeah.
Are they
rating? Star rating. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the star ratings go together.
I wonder what Tim would have been as a star rating, because he was one of the best quarterbacks coming out.
Yeah, no. Star rating wasn't around back then when we.
That's what I'm saying. But I wonder what it would have been if it was. Like, what would they rate him now if they went back?
He would have to be
He's a 5-star, dude.
Well, he's 5-star, but I'm trying to see on that point rating because R2 Spinner and them told me they said they put the brakes to him. I think they beat him 65-0. They said Tim threw like 6 or 7 interceptions.
Ooh.
In the senior year or junior, is it junior or senior year? They took him out of the game against Hop Town because they said they was getting too Tim.
Well, Tim was the biggest damn player on his team. He was bigger than all the offensive linemen, so I'm sure.
I don't know. I've seen bigger. Sure, you got to think Jared Lorenzen and
No. I'm saying on the team he was on, he was bigger than his offensive lineman.
I don't remember that. Was it?
Yeah, dude. Didn't Tim go to a small school? It wasn't a 2A school.
Yeah, it was small, but
yeah. And I remember seeing highlights, and I think they wore maroon or something. That offensive lineman was not. They were not big boys. They were not. Of course, 6-star. Dude, he was. Look, man. Tim was.
LT said the same thing at the same time, man.
Yeah, dude. He was. The film I saw, like the highlights that I saw when I was in school. I'm like, damn, he is good. But he was freaking bigger than everybody else too, though. the highlights I saw, he was bigger than everybody. He was sometimes the biggest guy on the field. And on the highlights I saw, the few of them I saw.
I don't know. I've always seen him moving in the pocket and stuff. So hold on, I'm trying to wait for this thing. Moving in the pocket, so it was never really. All right, so let me see. Just because you said it goes by the star rating, okay. So we got 1 Antonio Hall, Michael Johnson, Justin Rogers, Landon Young 4, Drew Barker 5, DJ Stafford 6, Jager Burton 7, Drake 8, Morgan Newton 9, Lynn Bowden 10. Now here we go. Now, so when you saying that's because of stars, you still, even the hype they coming in, I don't like Lynn Bowden. I didn't know he had that much hype. I thought Lynn was understarred. I thought he was like 3.
No, Lynn's problem was the other stuff.
Right. Yeah, he didn't pass the Matt Elam is 11.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Harrell was 12. Jason Hatcher 13.
Of the top 10, how many was impact players for us?
That's kind of the point I was really getting to. Antonio Hall played well. Micah Johnson took a while. He played well. Justin Rogers is yet to sing. Landon done his job. Drew.
Nope.
Who is DJ Stafford?
I don't know. When you said that name, I'm like, who is that?
He out of Georgia. He was out of Georgia, 4-star. He ranked 9.945.
Was he a receiver?
No, D tackle.
Okay. No, I don't know.
Jagger ain't played yet. Drake's panned out. Newton didn't pan out. Lynn panned out.
Right. So what? Half of them?
Dang. I'm looking at Darius West is on this list.
Yeah, but what he's like?
There's a lot of new guys, though. I guess it's the coach. There's a lot of new guys, man. Because
well, of course it's gonna be new guys because the program is doing better.
Aaron Boyd is still up in there in the top 25.
Wow.
Eli Brown, Denzel Ware, neither one of them finished here.
No, that's what I'm saying. See them start. It hit me today, man, because like I said, I was watching. I went to see Christian Lewis. And Freddie Maggard has something on Chauncey. He said he's underrated. I'm like, well, if he's underrated, let me go look at him. Dude, he was a pretty down. He had to play quarterback some this year. He's a pretty damn good quarterback too. So I'm like, this guy got some special. Then I look at his stars. I'm like, why is he so low? Because what I saw with him getting off the line of scrimmage, running good routes, getting yacked after the catch. I'm like, this kid is pretty damn good. And he got some good size. He's like 6 feet. I'm like, okay, why is this kid not a damn 4-star? So I'm like, so that's why I started asking the question, like, what is the freaking difference between a 3 and a 4? Because a 5-star player is obvious. When you see him play, he flashes, he's obvious.
Yeah.
But some of these 4-stars shouldn't be 4-stars. And then I'm like, and it makes sense now, especially at corner. I'm gonna go to my position because when you are without pass on and you are hemming up a receiver in one-on-one who might not be up to your skill level, you can get your star rating up because we've had some 4-stars that are not. So.
I'm trying to see. I don't know if I passed it over or not because she wants it. I don't know. I don't think Courtney Love was that high on her. I was looking for Randall Cobb.
What was the source system as it is now? Because Randall's kind of old, bro.
Yeah, but Randall's after Antonio Hall and all them. Antonio Hall was number 1. Antonio Hall came in 2000, the year after I left.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I believe, like you said, I believe it's the same. But I think, like I said, there's more exposures and there's more camps. The right people you have at the camps. And you know what? I think the crazy thing is, I think the landscape of adding that 12th game to the schedule, there's a lot go. Landscape adding that 12th cupcake game to the schedule makes Kentucky offering somebody now automatically probably a 3-star. Like they could be a 2, we offer them a 3. Because like who was that? Was it Matt Elam? Somebody that we had or recruiting Alabama offered them, and I think Craig Yeeson jumped up like that too. Alabama offered them, they went from like 4 to 5.
Right.
That's the whole star after they got offered.
Somebody said that too. So Courtney Love was a 3-star.
Okay.
That's what I got on him now. Let me do Randall Cobb, see what I get with Randall Cobb.
I thought Randall Cobb was.
I think Randall Cobb was a 3 then.
Yeah, I thought he was a 3. Who? Stanford.
Yeah, Randall Cobb was a 3.
Oh, Stafford. He said Stafford couldn't qualify.
He qualified.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he didn't qualify. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Man, my camera is horrible. I apologize to everybody.
You look like your stuff doing what mine was doing that one time, turning red, and I was. But yeah. So I mean, tomorrow I think it's gonna be a good day. But I think honestly, I kind of stand where you stand. I think we are getting some depth on offense, and hopefully, I'm not offense, but a receiver position. I think we need some receiver. I think Jagger going to come in and do a good job. There was another big old lineman we picked up, and I kind of like the big receiver out of Alabama you were talking about.
Wallenberger or something. I think it's the other offensive lineman.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. From Stowe, Ohio. He up in Northeast Ohio with me from Wadsworth actually. So yeah, Wallaball,
something
Jagger.
like that.
So we got some depth coming in up there, man. I think what's Dingle? Dingle should be able to give us a little help at the tight end. But hold on, because once it gets distinct, it's not this whole thing you read and this, that, and the other. Now, here's the other thing. We talked about the quarterback position. The other point is if you're a tight end and you block down 1 count, 2 steps, the ball should be coming to you. Whereas in this read off, the defense is adjusting while once you run a play action, the defense pretty much. Now, if they can wait a second and a half to commit or identify their identity, then I don't know. But the way I think with the process, the way you face everything up, by the time you get to your 3rd step on most routes on the pass, or by the time you set your feet, the defense should have been identified themselves. And I think that's what should be easier for us.
I am sold on this receiving class. There's not a lot of them, but if Crowder is what we all think he is, and Christian Lewis is a big-ass receiver with some speed.
That's what I thought, Corey.
And Chauncey is a good receiver from what I saw, who seemed to be – I'm agree with Freddie Maggard on this one. From what I saw, he's underrated. So we got 3 guys whom should make a freaking difference. And you add that to that 2020 class when we were supposed to have some guys who can come in right away with Sanders and Branham and Cummings too. Dude, with like you said, with this new system, we shall see, man. I'm waiting to see them play. And it's gonna be interesting because you have a nice mix to me, right? Crowder is more your slot guy, then you got an X guy, and then you got a Y, and then you have a Z. You have in those 3 a good they complement each other very well.
Yeah. Don't forget the sleeper, man. I got a sleeper in here too.
Yeah. You gotta keep that hush hush because Saban is listening to us, and if we call his name out, he's gonna be all up on him. So we gotta keep this under wraps until Thursday.
Thursday? Yeah. I thought it was Wednesday.
No, but we don't come on until Thursday.
Oh yeah, we gotta keep. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But we got this, and I'm gonna tune this last little tap on one last little thing before we get out here. What do you think about, man? I don't. 2 people I don't question.
Okay.
Corey Price.
Facts.
And Freddie Maggard when it comes to talking about these
players
in this ball. But I didn't like, and I can't say I didn't like, I didn't understand when Freddie Maggard said something about earlier that, with the new offensive coordinator, he likes the fact that we're going to be back under center. He don't like, I never liked the idea of the shotgun. Oh, no, it wasn't that. He wanted to go to cadence and not the hand clap.
Right.
And I kind of felt like there's a reason. I thought there was a significant reason for it, but he has played quarterback. So he made no differently that on your cadence, it changes. I mean, it's hard to change your cadence and whatnot in a shotgun with different people and stuff, where I think the hand clap just kind of signifies if you want to adjust it to I'm ready. If you stay on the cadence all the time in a shotgun, the ball takes an extra what? Half a second to get to get to the quarterback. Now that kind of throws your playoff where I think the hand clap just going off the movement of the ball. Because what if somebody goes on 2 and the ball ain't snapped right?
I would say this as a guy who played quarterback, I changed the snap count every play. And I can't remember, we got at least 2 offsides a game, minimum.
Wide receiver.
Yeah. So we got at least 2 outsides on the defensive game, which is 10 yards, which is big. Now, but here's the thing. People don't understand. If you clap, right? If you clap, it's not you clap and it snaps. It's telling the center that I'm ready. It's on the center to snap it. So centers can start playing with the defensive lineman with his little action, like the fake little, he can do this with the just tilt a little bit, not like this, but he can tilt a little bit, then they might think he's gonna snap it. So you can still get away with getting offsides with clapping. You just can't clap and then snap it right away. That's all.
Yeah. So before we get up out of here, man, and everybody got to wait till tomorrow to find out who the hot wide receiver we gonna have. That's woo, man. Just watch it. Get these chills. Man. So the Lamar Jackson, man, was he hurt or did he have too much fiber in his pregame meal, man?
I like the angle it goes. I think he just cramped up because they showed a picture of his arm and it's obviously he got an IV. However, if you're dehydrated, you can't be pooping and be dehydrated and cramping. So I'm gonna go with both of them. I'm gonna say he was dehydrated. He had the runs and he had to go to the bathroom. He probably changed bottoms too because all that happened. I want the story to go crazy because I want to add all kinds. Just add on to it, man. I don't care.
You know why you think the receiver reminds me a lot of Quentin McCord. I'm gonna say that much. But hold on. Do you think did you see the video when they showed him when he first got back to the he was running with that like my diaper full. He was running with the diaper full. But here's the telltale. When he got to the locker room, somebody was coming out and he ain't hesitate. Like, no, he was like, if it was just cramps, he would have been like, he ain't hesitate. She was coming out the door. He was squeezing in the door.
Hold on. And if you had cramps, you wouldn't be able to run that fast. You'd be hobbling. So he had stomach cramps, i.e., he had the runs. So he did have cramps.
He didn't say the cramps was that. That is true. He didn't say what the cramps was.
Yeah.
Because he was running the whole quarter. And before we go, man, I didn't know this. Maybe you did. I didn't. I didn't know that when they took Paul Pierce out. Did you ever hear Paul Pierce say?
No, I'm a Laker fan. Huh? Yeah, I'm a Laker fan. That's some bullshit.
But he said that he had. That's why But didn't he go out on a wheelchair?
Yes, he went on a damn wheelchair.
Just because he didn't want to let people know he had a. Dude,
he was. I don't. Look. First of all, we all know as former athletes.
We made the back of the shirt soiled, and he didn't want nobody to see it. So
as former athletes, we want to make the story sound better after it's gone, right? If he would have lost, he would have said something else. But now, because he want to say he want to inspire his team by coming on a wheelchair and then playing. That was some lame ass shit right there, man. I'm still pissed off about that.
All right, my man. Well, we done made it through another one, man. I'd like to thank everybody for checking into the show. Thank everybody for checking in the show. We'll be back Thursday. By Thursday, we will know who the dark horse receiver. I think, as I said, the kid's gonna be a playmaker. And if you want to hit us on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, I don't know if we really check the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I can check it out
there. Oh, okay, so yeah, if you think you know who it is so that way we be prepared. When we come back on Thursday, we can talk about it, man. Yeah, man. But all right, man. As always, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for joining me, man. One more time.
Yeah, man. Always. You know how it goes.
All right, man. We'll be back Thursday.
Yes, sir.